Thank you. Oh, this is nice. It's outdoors as well. Didn't expect that. Hello, fellow Cravers, and welcome to another CTG Wrestle podcast. As always, you have me, GD, and I'm joined by my co-host, Hanksy. Hi, mate.
Hello.
This is weird. This is... Why are we back already?
No. That is the question, though, isn't it?
Yeah, so, we are here... Well, we are here because we are doing our predictions for... Greatest Royal Rumble. Every time we had the
greatest Royal Rumble.
No, there is no the. I'm looking at the title right now. There is no the. It's just greatest Royal Rumble.
Yeah, stupid man. The greatest Royal Rumble was 1992 and Ric Flair won it. That's what the greatest Royal Rumble was.
The greatest Royal Rumble was the 40-man Royal Rumble, but they thought, you know what? Now let's make it bigger. Let's add another 10 because the 40-man went so perfectly well.
1992, Ric Flair coming in at number 3, winning the title in the Royal Rumble. That was the greatest Royal Rumble. and by calling this the greatest Royal Rumble, it just pisses me off.
Right.
So I don't know. It's stupid.
So anyway, now you don't know. Today, when this goes out on our YouTube channel, which is the 27th of April, Gentleman Creeper Day, everybody. It is the Greatest Royal Rumble, a live event that is happening in Abu Dhabi, which is going to be available on the WWE Network.
It's not Abu Dhabi, is it? It's Jeddah. It's not Abu Dhabi.
It's Saudi Arabia.
Jeddah,
yeah, sorry.
Saudi Arabia.
Why am I thinking Abu Dhabi? No idea why. Sorry about that.
They were in Abu Dhabi, weren't they, not long ago?
That's why I'm thinking about it, yeah. Saudi Arabia.
This is Jeddah.
But, so we are going to be kicking off with ours with a Royal Rumble match, of course. Ours is going to be 30 because no one was expecting to do a 51.
Shit. It's going to be everybody on the roster.
Right.
Plus special guests, isn't it? Plus people who are... I'm expecting that those who are already on the card are going to be pulling double shifts as well. They're going to have to be, aren't they?
Yeah, well, let me explain to the people that we already know who are going to be in this Royal Rumble match. I've got the list from the WWE Network at the moment. So, the ones that have been confirmed, we have Daniel Bryan, Braun Strowman, Kurt Angle, Shane McMahon, Chris Jericho, Mark Henry's coming back out of retirement for this. Rey Mysterio, who has had one match this year, which was the other Royal Rumble. You know, the actual Royal Rumble that means something.
Yeah, and that's the other thing, isn't it? That's the other thing is, what's it actually for? I don't really know.
That's the thing.
It seems to be for a trophy, but they haven't really said that.
No, they haven't said that. The thing is, it'd be great if there is some consequence. Whoever wins this, say they get a push for the championship or something of their choice. Make it, if you're calling it a Royal Rumble, make it a Royal Rumble rule.
Yeah, make it worth it.
Yeah, make it. I want to see whoever wins this gets a shot.
It just doesn't seem to be. I mean, they've signed. I believe they've signed. This is like a 3-year deal minimum.
What with?
So this is going to be an annual event.
This what really?
This is going to be an annual event. Yeah.
If it's going to be an annual event,
there's going to be an annual event in Saudi.
Right. I would say
this isn't a one-off.
I would say if they're going to plan to do Greatest Royal Rumble next year, just a word of advice here. Don't make it 3 or 4 weeks after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And a week.
Next year.
And a week before Backlash.
The greatest. It'll be the greatest something else next year, won't it? Yeah, the greatest WrestleMania.
I would do the greatest SummerSlam, but we're going to do it in spring. That was what makes it so great. Anyway, the rest of the list I've got here. So we've got Elias, Kevin Owens, the Great Khali Lee is going to be in this match. I'm going to be honest, it's WWE's way of thinking. Oh, it's in the Far East. It's in the Middle East.
Yeah.
Let's put Great Khali. He's close enough. There we go.
Yeah.
Bobby Roode, Baron Corbin, Big E, Kofi, and Xavier Woods, Apollo, Shelton Benjamin, Sin Cara, Chad Cable, Goldust, Titus O'Neil, Mojo Rawley, and Dolph Ziggler. Zack Ryder was also supposed to be part of this, but he has picked up an injury on, I think, is he on SmackDown? He's on one of them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention where he's gone.
Oh no, he's moved across. Yeah, no, has he moved to Smack? Yeah, he's moved. I think he's moved across to SmackDown, hasn't he?
Either way, no one cares.
I get confused. No.
Well,
so how many is that?
Is
that 850? Is it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, it's not 50. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 21, 22, 23 out of the 50. Oh god, there's 27 left. Yeah, so
So there's gonna be a lot of surprises, isn't there?
Yeah, well, I'm expecting some NXT to show up as well. And then you've got a couple of people. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Sanity show up for this as well. We know they are coming over to SmackDown.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, and then of course there's going to be some legends. I've heard that there's going to be some that are famous out there, which we probably won't know ourselves,
right,
which will be added into this. So,
oh, great! So some locals.
Of course, yeah. So come on, in the end, it's like, what's it called? We've got our King of the Ring coming up later, haven't we? Here in the UK, which that's the thing we need to talk about. They announced King of the Ring, UK Championship is going to be coming this year as well, and the Mae Young Classic is coming back this year.
Yeah, Albert Hall, isn't it?
Yeah, at Albert Hall. Yeah. Which hopefully we'll get more information about those coming up. I'm hoping it is an actual King of the Ring tournament, because I missed that tournament myself.
I love King of the Ring.
Yeah.
King of the Ring was great. When was it last time?
Last time it was won by Sheamus, wasn't it?
Was it Sheamus or was it?
I think it was. It was either Sheamus or Wade Barrett.
It was Wade.
Wade Barrett,
wasn't it?
One of them.
Yeah.
It was King
Barrett.
Was a British. Yeah, it's a British win.
Yeah. But 4 years ago.
Oh god, yeah, bring it. I'm happy it's coming back with that. And of course, like you said, with the Mae Young Classic, I enjoyed the tournament last year. It's going to be great to see that come back again. To see some new faces as well. Which it's nice to see that WWE do look at these and think these people need to be shown off, and where else would it be better than on the WWE network itself, one of the biggest around at the moment.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. Yeah.
Talking about what's it called? The biggest thing, WrestleMania. So
yes,
I am going to say this. I think WrestleMania 34 actually did live up to its name. It was. I think it was one of the. I think it was one of the better ones we've had for a while.
It was better than last year.
Oh god, yeah.
It was. I think the problem WWE WrestleMania has is takeover, because the takeover was so good again.
It was
on the Saturday night. Now, obviously, it's a different thing. It's a different beast. Takeover is 3 hours long.
Yeah.
You know, and relatively small number of matches. So, yeah, they can really express themselves. You know, but I think the problem was it was so good. And then you've got the match for me that really disappointed, although obviously it's been setting itself up for the was the Styles Nakamura match.
Yeah.
Which had been set up as this massive, this is the dream match, this is the match we all want to say. And it really didn't live up to it.
Well, like I said, I think it's been interesting. I think it didn't help because there was a lot of big matches also being set up for it. I think it's the one thing that you have a problem with WrestleMania. Is that it's not just the one big match, it's 5 or 6 big matches. Just to name a couple, which I really want to talk about a little bit. First of all, the SmackDown Women's Championship match. Charlotte Flair versus Asuka.
Yeah, that was a big surprise, wasn't it? And I wasn't unhappy, actually, with how that went in the end.
I am a little bit, because it feels a little bit... it feels like it was a little bit deflated.
If anybody was going to end the streak, it had to be. It deserved to be Charlotte, I think.
Yeah, really. I would agree there. Yeah.
And because the only other person you could say up to would be, and we'll talk about this match after, but who could be is big enough really to take the streak would have been Ronda Rousey, and she's obviously not at that point yet. So, it would have, you know, if it was, and I'm glad because you do feel that she's lost again this week now. She lost to the Right Squad this week.
Well, that's the thing. Can we? She's still lost, but technically it was Becky Lynch that got pinned.
Yeah.
It was.
Yes,
yeah, it was.
She lost.
It was Absolution. Yeah.
I mean, it was for me. It ruined the. I really enjoyed the mixed match challenge, but what ruined it for me was the fact that they talked up her streak, because I think what they could have done with that was have said, you know, the streak, you know, this isn't part of a streak, you know, this because it's not a normal singles match, etc. They talked up a streak, which made you think, well, she isn't going to lose her streak before WrestleMania.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But then
so it ruined it for me, because you thought, well, obviously the Miz and Oscar are going to win it.
Yeah.
So I was sort of glad that she's dropped it, and I think it's sort of like, you do feel like the monkey's off her back now, and she can just, you know.
Well, the thing is,
it's going to be a relief in a way.
The thing is, as I said, there was a couple of people who we could easily see at that time who would have been suitable to end the streak anyway. Like I said, Charlotte Flair, of course, is one of them. Another person I would have said would have been Alexa Bliss. The thing is, she's shone. And I think that's the thing. We saw...
Yeah, but not to the extent that Charlotte has.
Well, yeah, of course, Charlotte's been...
The thing with Charlotte's got it's the pedigree as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it's Rick's daughter.
She's wrestling.
Alexa's not at that, you know. Yeah, Alexa's done very well, but she's scratched bit and cheated her way to the top, hasn't she? You know, and
more fun way.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been fun. It's been really fun to watch and all that. But she hasn't won that cleanly all the time.
Yeah, but I'm going to be honest here. We're talking about compared to Alexa Bliss compared to Charlotte Flair, who, be honest, it's Ric Flair's daughter, one of the dirtiest players in the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
I do think that he's sort of. I don't know. I don't. As I say, for me, I think if Alexa had won, that would have been a massive shock. Well, it was a shock anyway. I didn't expect it.
Well, I
really didn't expect it.
Well, at the same time, I'm happy also that Charlotte did end up winning the match as well. For the fact we knew it's like that ominous air that was happening around WrestleMania week, which we'll talk more next week about because of their match. Oh, something about Dolph Ziggler just got pulled out the ring by Epico, one of the clones. Anyway, we'll talk more about it next week.
Yeah, Dolph's gonna be in it, isn't he?
What, in the Royal Rumble? Yeah, he's in the
Royal Rumble.
Yeah, he's in the Royal Rumble.
It just means he's gonna be dangling off the side again.
Yeah, he is.
Oh my god, that was so annoying when at the Battle Royal, the Andre the Giant. He must have spent about 10 minutes just and it's like, can't do something different. It's just boring. You know? Oh yes, well done, Dolph. You can go over the ropes and still.
Well done, you're good at holding on. Done it for your whole career, mate. Well done.
Eddie, I hope he goes out early because that's really going to piss me off.
Anyway, like I said, the one thing that we're probably going to talk a lot more about next week, Carmella. She's cashed in a Money in the Bank championship, and I'm happy she ended up winning it. I really am, for the fact I didn't want both of them losing.
No, I think it would have really devalued. Had she not had a successful first woman to have the Money in the Bank, if she'd have not been able to successfly cash it in, I think that would have been. You're
saying that the first winner of the Royal Rumble, woman to win the Royal Rumble, lost. Yeah. So they're not. Yeah,
but she did lose. Yeah, but the Royal Rumble doesn't guarantee you a title. The Royal Rumble guarantees you the title shot.
Yeah, pretty much. The Money in the Bank does guarantee you the title, pretty much.
Money in the Bank. It doesn't guarantee it.
Well, if you play it clever,
9 times out of 10, or unless you're Baron Corbin or John Cena.
Yeah.
It pretty much guarantees it.
I'm going to challenge you 2 weeks down the line with my Money in the Bank. Well done, John Cena. Basically, spread the word. You're going to challenge this guy. Come on.
I know. So this is it. So I liked the way it happened. It was good. I love the Iconics anyway.
Same here. I'm happy that they come to
SmackDown.
SmackDown.
so painfully annoying.
Oh, it was the Iconics. It wasn't Absolution.
No, it wasn't Absolution.
Yeah, it was Iconics. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm happy that she's champion. We'll see what happens at Backlash. Like I said, we'll talk a little bit more because we've got another week of SmackDown yet. Something might happen next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, let's talk about another match at WrestleMania. We have to talk about which I think is the match of WrestleMania: Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle versus Stephanie McMahon and Triple H. What a surprise!
It really was a surprise, wasn't it? It was really nice surprise. I don't think anybody expected it to be as good as she was. It's obviously we had hardly seen anything, had we? And it was the fact that she came out of the corner.
Yeah.
And as soon as she came out of that corner and she pulled the first move on Steph,
the thing is, that's the thing.
She's going to be all right.
I think she's going to be really good with this as well because I've seen matches with Stephanie McMahon in them, and be honest, sometimes they are quite poor. Ronda Rousey controlled that perfectly. Okay, there was a few mistakes, but come on, it was her first match, and come on, it was at WrestleMania. Yeah. If anywhere, you are going to make mistakes.
No, I thought it was really good. I thought she was really good. She's so fast. I mean, this week with Mickie James this week, I mean, the way she took her out so quickly this week, she's gonna be really good, isn't she?
Yeah.
You know, she's gonna be really good.
The thing is, she still needs to work on certain things, like her mic skills. I think still working, but in the ring, I think just how she acted in the match as well, not just her wrestling skills. She went well, and especially when she stood up to Triple H, and it was just, I mean, this is going to be fun. And that's the thing. Yeah. We spoke about this on our WrestleMania predictions. We were talking about Ronda Rousey and Stephanie McMahon about that whole match. At the same time, you had Kurt Angle and Triple H in that match. But at the same time, Ronda Rousey stole the show with that, and it was perfect. I mean, this is it, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I thought she was really good, and I think she's going to be brilliant. As I say, the mics. I mean, the problem with the mic skills is you forget, don't you, because we're so used to them being really polished now because of NXT.
Yeah. Oh, so thank you, NXT.
Because they spend, NXT is so much to thank for us because they spend so much time practicing, cutting promos and stuff like that. That when they come up to the main roster, they are really polished. As I say, going back to Peyton Royce and Billy Kay, they are so good on the mic. Why are they so good on the mic? Because they've come from NXT. It was interesting, actually. Big Cass this week, he pulled a great.
I think it was a great
promo on SmackDown. Brilliant promo. He was never that good before. You know what I mean? I know he was in the shadow of the poisoned little dwarf. But it was he was never that good on the mic. He always felt a little bit clumsy compared with Enzo. And this time he was great.
Can I just mention something? And I know we don't usually go down this route when it comes to our WWE stuff. Talking about Big Cass and especially the other side of that, and we got to mention this with Enzo and Roy just a little bit. There is a bit of a rumor going around at the moment that he's actually retiring from wrestling as well. By the sounds of things.
Yeah.
Now
I don't think he's got. I don't think there's much choice, has he? Really, that's the problem. People, the big companies aren't going to touch him.
No.
You know?
Well, the thing is, his 90-day his 90-day cooldown period with the WWE actually ends. I think it's the end of this month. So the thing is, a lot of people are saying that he's either retiring from wrestling, or he's basically putting up images pretty much to say that he's retiring from WWE. Which, be honest, WWE will not want him back now.
No, he's damaged.
He's damaged. Yeah.
Doesn't matter what happens. Yeah, it's for WWE. He's poison as far as WWE is concerned.
So,
whatever happens, if it goes to court, whatever happens with that. But it's an issue. Is anybody else going to want him? I don't think.
Impact.
I don't think the big images are going to want him.
Look, according to Kurt Angle, wait 1 minute. According to Kurt Angle, TNA's hiring. Yeah.
I know you should know because his wife runs it.
Yeah.
Which everybody forgets.
Oh.
So if anyone could take the piss out of TNA, then Kurt Angle's got the right to do it, hasn't he? So
the thing is, like I said with him, I don't think he's going to retire from wrestling. I think he's still going to do the indie side of things, but like you said, he's damaged now. So it's the only way that he will be able to come back again. I would say he's got to do something
He's
huge.
not going to be. As far as, I can't see him. I mean, take the four WWE and then the three main indie sites. Indies, so Japan,
King of Fighters,
and TNA.
Yeah.
He's not going. I don't think he's an attractive prospect for any of them. Not even TNA. Yes, he could go back to the pay-as-you-go indie scene. But
Hanksy.
Yeah.
Our Royal Rumble champion's just gone into the ring. Aiden English, come on, number 25. You can do this, English. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens with Enzo. But at the same time, I'm happy if this is the last we hear about this as well. So we'll see what happens with it. So the other two matches I want to mention are the debut and unfortunate retirement of one of the greatest WWE superstars we've ever seen. The tag team champions, Nicholas. Okay.
I thought that was really good because everyone was expecting Rey Mysterio, weren't they, or something like that.
I'm going to say this.
And he basically said,
I'm going to say I enjoyed it, but at the same time, I understand where people are actually pissed off with this as well. Looking and thinking, come on! Seriously, you're going to pick a 10-year-old when we've said all these names over here. But it was interesting.
I wasn't pissed off about it. I thought that was abuse, and I thought it was funny. And the thing with WrestleMania is it is a spectacle in that way. Yeah. There's always these things. What I did feel a little bit crap was the fact that you've got. So while we really say Braun Strowman is that dominant that he can take out Sheamus and Cesaro, so this is a team who have been really good,
Yeah.
And he took them apart on his own.
But he's Braun Strowman.
Yeah, he is. But at the same time, I felt it was a little bit easy.
Yeah.
And I thought, yes, I think it's believable he could beat them.
Yeah.
But I think it should have been a bit more hard work. But the best bit was when he tagged him in, when he tagged Nicholas in.
Yeah, I just stood there. I look at him thinking.
And Nicholas actually shit himself. My God, that kid! He's never going to need friends, is he? He's always going to have friends at school.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, at the same time, just a little bit more about that Nicholas kid as well. I think he's one of the referees.
He's the son of one of the referees.
Yeah. So
well, it wasn't a total.
But at the same time, he's going to be put in the record books as I think he is the youngest ever champion in WWE. I don't think there's been anyone younger. He's got to be. No, I'm thinking that is a nice record to hold. Oh my God, he's just.
But as I say, but no, it was, as I say, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't a random pick out the crowd.
Brock Lesnar's got to be pissed off because of that. He was the youngest champion, and then Nicholas comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's took Brock Lesnar's record.
Brock Lesnar's going to come after you, Nicholas. He's not happy you took his record.
I don't think Brock really cares.
I don't think
his money.
No, he doesn't give a damn. Talking about Brock Lesnar, he's still Universal Champion. The whole of the wrestling press got trolled by the WWE. Brock Lesnar is still the Universal Champion.
It was a massive surprise, wasn't it?
Oh God, yeah.
It was a brutal match, and I thought it was probably one of the best matches Brock Lesnar's wrestled in a long time. It's his best match in this run.
Yes, definitely.
In this run, since he's come back, it's the best match he's had. Far better than the Randy Orton SummerSlam one. So, and then obviously after that was the Goldberg nonsense and all that. But so it was a really good match. I thought for Brock. It wasn't a classic, but for Brock it was a good match. I don't think anybody saw that finish.
No. The thing is, by the sounds of things, they actually changed their mind during the show. as well. I think what happened was Brock Lesnar
half an hour before. Some people have said that afternoon, and other people are saying no, this was planned well in advance.
Yeah. Well, I think at the same time
it would have
also
been disrespect. I think to have changed it too close would have been difficult. I think in terms of
getting things.
Yeah, because we all know. I mean, we know these things. You know, it's not all planned out move by move, but the finishes are planned. And I think it would have been very difficult to have been able to rewrite that end.
At the same time, I think Aiden English has been knocked out.
Surely not.
He has. No. My next bet is Kurt Hawkins. Kurt Hawkins is still in the ring, I understand what you mean. The thing is, it would have to be planned out, especially something as big as WrestleMania. But then again, I think this might have been planned out depending on, like you said, with Brock Lesnar and his contract. I think they were still talking about his contract during that time, so they probably said. I think in my opinion, if they had it planned, they probably had two scenarios. They probably had one scenario where Roman Reigns won. Where if he didn't sign a contract, then they would have gone down that route, and then the other scenario where Brock Lesnar won. But I think there was certain things that probably didn't go as planned, like for example, Roman Reigns being put through the table.
Blood was planned.
I'm going through the table.
Yeah, the blood wasn't. Yeah.
By the sounds of things, Vince McMahon was pissed at him because of the unfortunate plan of putting him through the table. We could tell by how the camera acted as well. So he's still champion. And by the sounds of things, he's got a new contract. We're not 100% sure what the contract is. Some people are saying it's a short-term contract. Some people are saying it's a year-long contract. And other people are pay-as-you-play, which... By the sounds of things, I won't be surprised if it's the pay-as-you-play contract. I think people like Undertaker has the same contract. What we class as a Legends contract. Especially with him playing, sounds like having a contract with UFC as well. But he's got to...
Yeah, allegedly. Oh, again, we don't know that, do we? Dana White has said...
Dana White says many things.
He is coming back to... Yeah, exactly. And he sort of said, he is coming back to UFC, they just don't know when.
Well, he's got to...
I don't know, I mean, for me... I mean, he's not getting any younger, is he, Brock Lesnar? And you think... You know, if he goes back to...
I'm going to be honest, Brock Lesnar's not man, is he? He is basically some kind of machine.
Yeah, but even so, you just think, go back to UFC, I don't know.
Be honest, as a WWE fan, if you want to go back to... if as a WWE fan, be honest, if you want to go back to UFC, mate, go back to UFC. We're not complaining here.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
We would like to see a run with the championship probably every month for the moment. Which we'll talk about that because they do have a match at Greatest Royal Rumble as well. Before we move on, WrestleMania, mate. What would you say was your highlight? What was your low light of the whole thing?
I mean, for me, probably the highlight was the Ronda Rousey match. I think it was a real surprise. I think the Dame bit. I think the Usos. I think the Blood. They said that the tag team. That was
quite quick, yeah.
It's very quick, and it's like, you know what? The Usos and New Day have been so good this year. The Usos in particular have been amazing. It was their first, WrestleMania match, and they just got took out that quickly. And I don't like the Bludgeon Brothers. I don't like the name. I don't like the gimmick.
Yeah,
I'm just really not. I'm not really feeling it. So I just thought it was a bit. Yeah, I just thought it was a bit sad, really. I mean, they didn't get to shine.
With me, I think I'm gonna say same again. Ronda Rousey match. The thing is, it was a lot better. It was so much better than I was expecting, and it was entertaining to watch. I can't really say that a lot about many matches nowadays, unless it's NXT.
Yeah.
With me, the low point. I'm gonna say this, and this is okay. This was the kickoff show. I'm gonna say the Andre the Giant match, Battle Royal. It felt like it was too long.
I don't know. Yeah.
And I think the ending, it kind of felt a little bit lackluster. The thing is, I'm happy with Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt, but it was
I was surprised. Yeah, I was surprised that Matt won it. I didn't call that one at all. And I thought, to be honest,
I did. I like to point out, I did actually call that hit. That.
Yeah. Well, I did call. I think I got the. I thought the women's battle royal was a bit flat as well. To be honest.
I think it was because there was no surprises. That's why it was.
No.
The thing is that we used to have this big name coming for the. I think we was told like Big Show or someone like that was going to be in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, or someone big was going to be coming for the women's. But in the end, it just.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, the women's. I know they had to change it on the fly because they ended up changing the name of the women's Battle Royal.
Yeah.
Could have found a better trophy.
Yeah, it looks.
It looked plastic. Yeah.
It just looked plastic. It looked like a kid's toy to me.
Yeah.
It really did.
And at the moment,
so does the Andre the Giant one, to be fair. So,
yeah. Well, at the same,
either of them are particularly expensive.
And at the same time, you just look at both of them. After WrestleMania, I think we had the week of after WrestleMania. They're both showing it off a little bit, and now we've not seen both of them for a while. Understand with Matt Hardy's, but Naomi, it's just gone. Yeah, I won it. Happy. Yeah, let's go. Continue.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, at least with when Baron Corbin had it, he used to bring it out with him all the time and stuff. But yeah, I mean, last year was the same, wasn't it? Mojo Rawley, what was that about?
Yeah. By the way, according to the game, Big Cass is going to win the Royal Rumble. I'm just going to say that now. We don't care. we can't say because we don't know over half of who's going to be in the Royal Rumble.
I don't know half of them are. I don't really care. I mean, it'll be a spectacle.
I'm looking forward to it still.
And who doesn't?
It's a Royal Rumble. Exactly.
It just feels like it's going to be particularly interesting because we don't know half of them.
Hey, Big Show and Mark Henry's going to be back. I'm happy with that. I do. I enjoy watching them in a Royal Rumble. I want to see Kane in there. Undertaker. Look, once you've done with Rusev, join the Royal Rumble. You know you wanna.
You know what? There's a bloody good chance, isn't it? Let's face it, because they are going to be put into two shifts. They're going to have to.
Yeah. Well, talking about that, let's go back to the Great Royal Rumble. Undertaker versus Rusev. Oh, what a roller coaster ride we've had with this. So, people don't know, Undertaker's going to be facing Rusev in a casket match.
Yeah.
That was not on, and now he's on.
We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know why. Look, I'm happy looking at Rusev. It's Rusev Day. No, it's not. It's Gentleman Creeper Day.
I'm always happy to see. Yeah, I'm always happy to see. Yeah, who would have thought that Gentleman Creeper Day would be on Rusev?
I know. It's such a coincidence.
I'm happy. I'm always happy. I love Rusev Day. I love Rusev. I think it's great. And you know, it's the Undertaker as a casket match. It's going to be entertaining.
Yeah.
Depending how long it takes, how long it lasts. Again, it's just, but why? Why? There's no. Whenever we've had these things in the past, this is the problem. Heavenly's, says about the fact it's not canon, and it is. I was talking on the last one about how it's not canon.
Yeah.
But it is canon.
Yeah, there is actually things that are going to be affected in that
some things that are, and then there's some things that aren't. And this one, again, you think, in the past when we've had the casket matches with the Undertaker, there's been some fantastic casket matches with the Undertaker, but they've been built up for weeks and weeks and weeks. And with this, there's been no build-up.
Well, there's been no build-up on WWE TV. Most of the build-up's actually been off. So it's been like on Instagram and stuff like that. It's been social media build-up.
Stuff like that.
But then again, it's like the Undertaker. The thing is, it's the Undertaker.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's like what happened at WrestleMania with the Undertaker. The only person who was really doing the build-up there was John Cena.
Yeah.
That's it. Which, if people don't know, the Undertaker showing up and squashed John Cena. That was my moment of WrestleMania. Thinking of it now.
Oh no. The moment of WrestleMania was John Cena's run. John Cena's run.
Yeah.
When they came out and told him, and he ran back up past Charlotte.
Yeah.
Which then led to about an hour's worth of people just putting up John Cena running memes. It was brilliant.
I love it more. I think, this is probably going to be the biggest women's wrestling match in WrestleMania. Let's have John Cena run to the backstage at the end of it all. Don't care. Oscar lost.
Yeah,
Let's go. But my favourite with that was brilliant. Where he came out and who shown up? It was Elias.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is, you gotta love Elias, man. I'm happy that he was there at WrestleMania in some kind of form, and and just for that moment, I think that was a perfect WrestleMania moment for him as well. And then, like I said, Undertaker showing up and squashed John Cena. He pretty much squashed John Cena, and I'm happy that he did, because it's nice, especially after what happened with the poor show last year with Roman Reigns. And it's just the last couple of years with Undertaker. He's been a little bit, why is he still here? 30 seconds later after WrestleMania 34. Yeah, I'm happy he's back. And I'm happy that he's going to be back in this match with Rusev.
Yeah,
because
I don't know. I'm still not. I don't know. I didn't think it was a great match against Cena. I thought it was very quick, and it was again a spectacle.
He did a
match,
Goldberg
and a gimmick. But, yeah, it was a gimmick again, really. But I don't know. Let's see.
Well, let's
see what happens.
We've got to talk a little bit about one thing about this match.
Undertaker's going to win, isn't he?
Of course, I think Undertaker's going to win as well. No offense to Rusev.
Yeah.
He's one of my favourite superstars at the moment.
Yeah.
But it's the Undertaker, mate. In the casket match. Just saying, it's his playground, mate.
Well, it would be bizarre if particularly with the fact there has been no build-up. It'd be very bizarre if he didn't win it.
Yeah. But then again, I think something that didn't really help with the build-up of this is that it wasn't going to be Rusev at one point.
No, it wasn't. No.
It was going to be Chris Jericho, who is in the Royal Rumble now.
He was in the Rumble.
Yeah. So let's just talk about this. So what happened was that Rusev and Lana was talking to TMZ, who, if you don't know what TMZ is, it's I'm trying to think of a UK equivalent to TMZ. Daily Star.
I don't know, really. Yeah.
Let's go with
BuzzFeed, that. I don't know,
BuzzFeed's American, yeah. So it's basically it's the entertainment side, but a lot of people really don't like their methods, I've been told. But anyway, they were talking to Rusev and Lana, and Rusev basically said, I think one of the questions, are you going to retire The Undertaker? And he says, yeah, I'm going to squash him, blah, blah, blah. And, of course, this went on to Twitter, where Michelle McCool had a little word about this.
Yeah.
And, of course, she had a word about this, where the fans following her said, hey, calm down a little bit here. It's only a work. Calm down. Said, of course I know it's a work. I work in the wrestling industry. I know when a work's a work. But I think someone in WWE headquarters thought, oh shit, The Undertaker's angry with this. Let's change it quick.
Yeah.
And then that's how we ended up getting Chris Jericho for a couple of days was going to be facing Undertaker in a casket match. And then, of course, swap back over to Rusev. But I'm hoping The Undertaker's not pissed off with that, because Rusev's not going to be coming back to the US.
No.
But that seems to be the whole story with this. And it's I don't know, I'm looking forward to it. You can't say no to a casket match. It's gonna be fun either way.
No, yeah. Again, I'm struggling to get excited.
Well, while this match is still going on, let's talk about another match. What we've got on our little card here. Let's talk about. I'm gonna see what I've got on this. Let's talk about the US Championship. So, if people don't know, we had the Superstars shake-up a couple of weeks ago. And Jinder Mahal, the US champion, got moved over to Raw with the US Championship.
Yeah.
And he ended up being put in a match against Jeff Hardy. who ended up winning the United States Championship.
Yeah.
I think that this is
back to SmackDown.
Yeah, which I like to point out, this has probably been Jinder Mahal's best run with a championship ever.
Yeah, it was a little bit long for them.
But Jeff Hardy's now over on SmackDown with the US Championship. But because Jinder Mahal still has his rematch clause, he is going to be facing Jeff Hardy at Greatest Royal Rumble in just a normal match. I could see Jeff Hardy winning this. I could see Jinder Mahal winning this. For the fact that
I think Jeff's going to carry on with it for a bit.
Well, this is the thing. We've got to have one minor championship on each brand. And we'll talk about the Intercontinental Championship a bit more later on. But all but the women's championships are going to be defended at this this pay-per-view in the end.
Yeah.
And so this is the problem. We could actually see the US Championship going over to Raw and the Intercontinental Championship going over to SmackDown.
It could do.
We could also see both of them go on the same show. We never know. They might do a little bit more of a storyline when it comes to Backlash next week.
Well, they might do, yeah. That's a good point. That's a good point as well.
The thing is, that's what we've got to remember. We've got a week away from another pay-per-view, which we're hoping that means we have 4 weeks off afterwards. No offense, we like doing this. We do need a break. This is the shortest time between two pay-per-views we've ever had.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What do you think of this yourself? It's just to cover the rematch clause, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think there'll be any changes.
No. Well,
I'm very surprised.
The thing is, we know that there is going to be one new champion, on the night at least. But with this one, I don't see it moving over. If it does, like I said, it could be. I think they need to leave it with Jeff Hardy for a bit. That's the thing.
Yeah, I really. Well, we all like Jeff, don't we?
Of course.
We all want Jeff to have a run. Yeah.
At the same time, I wish he stayed on Raw though. Just to say.
I don't know.
I would have loved him joining with the Woken universe. That would have been awesome.
But I think they want to go. Obviously, they're joined Matt and Bray up, which I like. I think it's giving Bray Wyatt a new lease of life. I really like it. It's giving Matt something to work with, which is really good. And I'm sort of like, it means that Jeff could do his own thing for a little bit. Because Jeff's, the thing is with Jeff is, he's obviously been carrying a number of injuries while he's been wrestling, particularly with TNA.
Yeah.
Or Import, whatever they're called these days. So he's had this problem. He obviously had the injury he came as WWE with.
Yeah.
And he's been able to actually take some proper time off to recover, which he hasn't been able to do at TNA because he couldn't have any time off at TNA because they were TNA.
Yeah, very much.
They were carrying the brand, and and he was able to have some proper time off, and he actually looks really fit right now. And I'm thinking he could actually have a decent singles run. And I think Heavenly, we were talking about this earlier, Heavenly said she thinks, and I think she's right, he's going to have a decent singles run. And then once that singles push stops, that's when he'll go back over. He'll either go back to Raw, or Matt will come to SmackDown, and we're going to have a similar storyline to, to what they had with TNA, with the whole, trying to bring him back into the fold. Brother Nero type thing, which I think would be a decent storyline as well. So I think wait and see. But I'm happy he's got the title. I want him to keep it for a bit.
Yeah.
And I think he'll win.
So. Oh yeah, same here. I think that Jeff Hardy's going to end up winning as well. For the fact we don't want Jinder Mahal holding another championship for a long time.
No.
Just saying, it'd be nice if you just leave it with Jeff. He knows how to hold these championships. He's held the WWE Championship. He knows how to do this.
Yeah, but just, I'm sick of them shoving Jinder down our throat, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
can we talk about Greatest Royal Rumble, a certain thing that is outside of the matches? The actual Titantron. There has been a few leaks of the actual Titantron itself. And so a lot of people saw this a couple of months back, thinking it was the WrestleMania Titantron.
Yeah.
And it's turning out that it's actually for this. There's actually going to be a Titantron WrestleMania style. A lot of people are saying that this might be the only other thing that's going to have pyrotechnics for a WrestleMania, for a WWE event. I'm thinking, okay, fair enough.
They're piling money into this event.
Well, I think it's not WWE. I think it's, like I said.
Oh no, the money will be coming from Saudi.
Yeah.
They'll be putting money into it, But obviously WWE see this as another market to get into.
Yeah.
You know.
Anyway, we'll talk about the next match. Universal Championship. It is Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. Like we said, again in a steel cage.
Steel cage.
They're going to bring the steel cage with them. They want to try and keep it in the ring.
I don't know. This could be a great match. It could be a flop, couldn't it?
Depends on the mood of Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, it does. It absolutely does, and it means and how long it's going to last for. Because my concern is it could, this could be a good match. It could be like WrestleMania, or it could be that it takes them longer to lower the cage than the match is actually going to last.
Yeah, I like that idea. All right, the cage is down. And it's 3, 2, 1, go! Oh, it's over.
Take the cage back up again.
Yeah, but we've lost. We had a great match, but we've lost Roman Reigns in the aftermath of this. Where is he? He's there. He's there, and he's over there.
It's a bit sorry.
Who's next? Samoa Joe says he wants a shot.
Yeah.
So
I think wait and see.
So
but I mean, again, I'm presuming, is Roman going to take it?
That's the thing.
You think it's got to happen, surely, but
at the same time,
WrestleMania,
I've heard rumours as well.
You know what? I like this. This is for the first time in a long time that it's very difficult to call matches because the rumours aren't there.
Yeah, that is the thing.
Stuff's
the thing is, a
not
lot of
out.
people have
WWE
no idea what's happening with this.
I've locked stuff down really well at the moment.
Well, that's the thing with WWE at the moment. I can't really trust everything that's coming out for it. It's especially this last couple of months. The thing is, the usual sources for WWE rumours and news, they've been lies, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, they've just not been getting the right stuff. No,
I think it's not that.
Stuff hasn't been going down as we thought.
I think WWE head office has found out where these leaks are coming from. And they're basically feeding them this false information and moving on. So you got Vince McMahon sitting there looking at this, watching other people in the industry just there thinking, yeah, you believe that? Yeah, we told him to say that. yeah. Let's quickly change it.
This is it. We've been quite a few times. It does feel at the moment like we don't know. It's very difficult to call these things.
I love it because this reminds me of old WWE. I love this.
It does, and the thing is, because WrestleMania kicked up, the 2 or 3 real big shocks. It means it did throw everything up in the air, and everything feels like it's all to play for right now.
Is that now at the moment we're running around with like headless chickens? Like with this one, is Roman Reigns going to be walking out as Universal Champion? If so, he's by the sounds of things, he's going to be facing Samoa Joe at Backlash. Which means that if Samoa Joe ends up winning at Backlash, if Roman Reigns is the champion, he wins it, that means the Universal Championship will then be on SmackDown. And that means, well, what the hell's going on?
And then we've got 2, because the other match is going to be Styles versus Nakamura. So that title's not going anywhere.
No!
So you would presume that means that, whoever Joe's fighting, it's going to be...
No, we know who Joe is going to be fighting Roman Reigns no matter what. That's what we've been told. It is going to be, at Backlash, it is going to be Samoa Joe versus Roman Reigns. We don't know if the Universal Championship is going to be on the line. If
there's no title on if there's no title on the line, if Brock's still got the title, then you think, okay, it's all to play for. If Brock hasn't got the title, if Roman's got the title, then you would presume Roman's going to win it.
Yeah.
But again, and 4 weeks ago, you'd say that's obviously definitely what's going to happen.
Well,
but you don't know that at the moment.
Here's another spanner in the wrench with the backlash match. What if Samoa Joe ends up winning the Intercontinental Championship at Greatest Royal Rumble?
Well, yeah. So
he's in the ladder match.
He's going to unify them, doesn't he?
Don't unify those two. I would like the idea of having two separate titles here, please.
But that would mean that all 4 titles
are on SmackDown.
Yay! SmackDown. So this is it, isn't it? So, but
they do want to make SmackDown bigger.
That can't happen. Yeah. But 4 weeks ago, they said, well, that can't happen. But after WrestleMania, you sort of think, well, it could happen.
This all could actually happen.
Again, still unlikely. It's unlikely, surely. But then, it was unlikely that Brock Lesnar was going to win. But then Oscar was going to lose, and yet they both did.
Then again, we're in an era now where both SmackDown and Raw, all pay-per-views, are going to have both brands. So,
yeah, exactly.
What if all the titles can go wherever they want?
Yeah.
I'd say
it's going to be interesting, I think.
But anyway, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. Who do you think's going to win, mate?
Oh, I think Roman, but then I thought perhaps who knows? But I think Roman.
I'm going to say Brock Lesnar just for the fact that I don't want it to happen. But it's WWE. No.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, WWE, please shock me again and give Roman Reigns the championship. That would make me happy. Yeah. But that's why I'm going to say Brock Lesnar. Just please make this guy's birthday wish come true and give another meathead the championship that I do not like.
Yeah, until
Roman
wins it, so.
Yeah, but look, think this way. Please give it to the meathead that I don't like, who's there every week. Just saying, please. Yeah. According to this, Brock Lesnar's going to be walking away as the champion as well. So, whippy. While Roman Reigns was there, waving him as he climbed down the cage. Right, so let's. For this bit here, let's make our quick predictions with what match we're going to have in the background. We'll see in a minute once Brock Lesnar's finished celebrating. Well done, mate. Yeah, you climbed the cage. Good for you. That is actually a feat for you. Well done.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're going to see you put in another cage soon. John Cena versus Triple H. That's a great match to have our quick list on.
Yeah.
So, we'll leave that match till last, just because of what it's going to be on. But let's start with the Cruiserweight Championship. So Cedric Alexander is going to be defending against Kalisto. I know you don't care, mate.
It just feels like a placeholder, doesn't it? Kalisto's not done nothing, as far as I can remember, since Enzo Amore took the title off him back at TLC. So, he's not done anything since TLC.
Yeah.
And then he's popped up all of a sudden. So to me, it feels like this is just... It's a bit of a placeholder before they actually get the storylines going properly.
Hopefully they'll do it very soon.
I'm fine with Cedric having it. But I don't see this would be the classic, and I don't really care.
And be honest,
I don't expect anybody other than Cedric to win it. Yeah.
I thought you was going to say I don't expect anyone to really care about this championship, which I was going to say, yeah, I agree.
I sort of agree with that as well.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody cares. I don't think anybody cares about this match. I don't really like Kalisto. I'm not a massive fan of Cedric either, to be honest. So,
they're going to say Cedric just for the hell of it. Yeah, fair enough.
I think Cedric will win it, because I think that's where the storylines are going. But,
okay, next match. The Intercontinental Championship. We've got Seth Rollins, The Miz, Finn Balor and Samoa Joe in a ladder match. I am looking forward to this match so much. I love a ladder match for a championship.
I just want to see Samoa Joe trying to climb a ladder. That should be hilarious.
That's going to be fun. Let's have a look here. So we've got it's SmackDown versus Raw here, pretty much.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
This could be a good match.
I'm looking forward to
I don't
this.
expect anybody other than Seth to win it.
I want Miz to win this match. I do want the Miz to win it. No, let's have Samoa Joe. Then he's going to be
time off.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
a good point.
Miz is due some time off.
Spend some time with his daughter.
I think he's going to have some paternity. I know he's put in for paternity, so I presume that'll kick in soon.
Then I'm going with Samoa Joe.
I think. Yeah, I think it's going to be a Raw. So I would be surprised if Seth dropped it.
Yeah, same here.
Again, the problem I have for this match is the fact that this could be a good match, but we've just NXT has just treated us to probably one of the greatest ladder matches I've seen since the days of the Hardys.
Yeah,
Edge and Christian and the Dudleys. Yeah.
Well, they did have more people in that match as well, mate. Come on, give them the due.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
So NXT have this amazing match. Yeah, they did have lots more people in it, but it was such an amazing match. And this one again, I think can't see it being that good.
I actually can. I can see it. You got Finn Balor and Seth Rollins in that match. I think they're two great high flyers themselves. Yeah, and I think the ladder match does shine when it comes to them, and even when it comes to people like Samoa Joe. Just seeing him basically wreak havoc with the ladder itself is going to be fun.
Know what?
And the Miz is going to be there.
I said, and the Miz is the Miz. And I did, I said, I look forward to seeing Samoa Joe trying to climb a ladder.
Exactly.
The thing with Samoa Joe is that, to be absolutely fair to him, he is incredibly agile for the man of his size.
Yeah.
He's Kevin Owens style. High flyer, really. He's not somebody who spends his time stuck to the mat.
He's a big guy,
so
but
could be a good match.
But very good at manoeuvres. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But at the same time, going back to WrestleMania with the Miz, Finn Balor, and Seth Rollins, that was a brilliant match. Yeah. That was a great opener for WrestleMania. And if it's just half as good as how that match was, I think this is going to be another good match, no matter what.
Yeah.
And like I said, we've added Samoa Joe and we've added the ladder in it.
Yeah.
So it's going to be fun.
Yeah. I think it should be good.
Let's move on to the next one. So SmackDown's Tag Team Championships. The Bludgeon Brothers are taking on the Usos. There's a story happening there.
Well, there is. But, obviously Naomi's not going to be there because.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we've got to mention that a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. But I'm presuming Naomi's not going to be there. So you can't see anybody other than the Bludgeons winning it, can you? And I just feel again just a bit. I don't like them, and I think the Usos are so superior as a tag team.
Yeah. And
as and are just all round in terms of their mic skills and that over the last 12 months, 18 months. I've had enough of the Bludgeon Brothers already.
At the same time, though, I think the Bludgeon Brothers are going to walk away with the championship. Yeah.
Oh, you can't see any way where they're not, can you? Absolutely.
So both same Bludgeons, yep. Let's talk about the match that's on the screen because it has actually finished while I was talking about this. Not Undertaker. Triple H versus John Cena. The last time these two faced off against each other, 2010. So I think it's going to be a good match.
You know what? It could be a really good match.
This is the thing. It's one of those risky ones. It's either going to be really good, or it's going to be okay. These two are fighting each other. Awesome. You just prove it to us. This is definitely a house show.
Exactly. This is it. Yeah, I think that's the problem, isn't it? You say it does feel like a house show. Some of it.
And this is one of the matches. Yeah.
Yeah. Although it's, I don't know, it's like they've televised a house show, isn't it?
Like I said, with this one, there is absolutely no build-up to it. All we know is these two are going to be fighting each other. So, do you want to make a prediction? Who do you think is going to win? I'm going to say Triple H myself.
You know what? I'm going to say John Cena just because he's due a win, to be honest. He hasn't had a decent win at a pay-per-view for a while, it feels.
I'm going to say Triple H because he's due a win as well, because, be honest, his career needs it. Both their careers need this match. Seriously, look at them.
Yeah.
No, they don't. Oh, come on, at the same time, give John Cena something to cheer him up a little bit. Too soon? But, yeah, okay, yeah. Well, either way, it's either going to be a good match or it's going to be a bit of a stinker.
Right,
so,
I might quiet then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he needs cheering up. Give John Cena a win.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, so wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
I think it could be a great game.
Let's have a look. I'm going to guess I know what match is going to show up here. Yeah, it's the AJ Styles and Nakamura match. So, while we going on to that, let's go back onto the list. So, one that we know there's going to be a new champion. Bray Wyatt and Welcome Matt Hardy versus Sheamus and Cesaro for the Raw Tag Team Championships.
Oh, you know what? I love both these teams because I love the bar.
I like Matt Hardy at the moment. I like Welcome Matt Hardy.
Yeah, but I think Matt and
spent about half the time laughing at each other.
Really good. Oh, it's the wonder. It's the wonderful stuff that he's laughing. I think it's brilliant. It's so funny. You know, and it's
oh, talking about that, come on, just something in the Andre the Giant Battle Royale when Matt Hardy was in front of Ty Dillinger.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Delete 10. Delete 10. Oh, I'm happy people remember Ty. He's there.
So I would like Bray and Matt to win. I won't be upset if the Bar win because I think the Bar are brilliant. I mean, I think Sheamus and Cesaro. It's been such a good idea to put these two together.
I'm just saying this here. I don't see the Bar winning this now. Just for the fact that
if the Bar win it, again, if the Bar win it, then I'm presuming they come back to Raw.
Technically,
otherwise,
it can't be technically known as the Raw Tag Team Championships.
No.
So, if anything, I think they kind of spoiled. Right. But yeah, like I said, I don't see the championships being moved away from Raw. The only way I can see this is Welcome Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt winning this. So it feels like it's been kind of spoiled a little bit. I personally think that the Superstar shake-up should have happened after Backlash.
After this,
I think it would have made
after this, just after this.
After the
fine before Backlash, but because this is the problem.
The thing is, I would have rather it happen after Backlash, just for the. I can hear Heavenly in the background.
Yeah.
I just at the same time with this, I'm just thinking. Like I said, I think it would prefer being after Backlash because if it was say next week, it kind of feels like, oh yeah, Backlash, this. Awesome. The thing is, it's like what happened with Battlegrounds when we had the WWE draft. It kind of put the sting out of the whole thing. I'm thinking, well, this is happening, I guess. Now, what's with these matches? There's going to be nothing built from it. Because this guy's over here now, and this person's over here now. Just saying.
Yeah, this is it.
But, either way, I'm looking forward to...
We've seen this before.
Yeah, we've seen.
We've done this before in some ways, but no, I know what you mean.
If you guys want to surprise us, give the Bar the championships. But at the moment, we kind of know what's going to happen here. Okay, you could say that they're going to fight each other at Backlash for the titles again.
Oh, it'd be a massive surprise, wouldn't it, if the Raw Tag Team Champions were members of the SmackDown roster?
Yeah. The thing is, if you guys want to really surprise us, have the Bar win it and then win it again at Backlash. That would surprise anybody. But at the moment, I think we kind of understand what's going to happen here. And the last match that we've got on this card, which we've got on here, so it's AJ Styles versus Nakamura for the WWE Championship. Nakamura's gone heel.
I quite like
and he has a fondness of low blows. A kind of creepy fondness of low blows. The guy has thought, this is my new finisher, literally.
I know. His finish is a low blow. I do like heel Nakamura. I think the whole I speak no English thing's hilarious. That was so funny. It's so funny, and it was just in general, I think it's good. I think it's given a bit of life to him, a bit more. As I said to you, I'd like this to be a great match because it wasn't a great match at WrestleMania.
No.
I still don't think. I think the card is packed. With a 50-man Royal Rumble is going to take hours.
That's the thing. We don't even know.
4-hour show, is it, or
I don't know. They've
show?
not actually told us. We just know it's going to be a lot.
It's 5 hours according to the network. Look at the schedule for tomorrow.
I don't want to look at the schedule tomorrow. I can't. I technically can't watch it tomorrow.
So you've got. We've got 4 o'clock is the kickoff.
What time is this actually here in the UK?
4 o'clock in the afternoon. So 4 o'clock in the afternoon is the kickoff. Then the main event starts at 5 and it goes, according to this, goes on till 10. So it's a 5-hour, this is a 6-hour show. But about probably 2 hours of that's going to be the Rumble.
Well, either way, I'm going to be watching this as a repeat, unfortunately, because I've got plans tomorrow. But either way, I'm looking forward to this. By the way, AJ versus Nakamura, who do you think is going to win?
I think Nakamura might. I think either Nakamura's going to win it, but he'll win it. He'll win it with with a low blow.
Yeah.
Or I think we could see AJ Styles win it, but again
with a low blow
not seen.
Yeah.
Either a low blow or hang him out on the ropes.
Either way, one of these guys is going to end up having a low blow.
Either way, one of them is going to end up with a fist in their balls. Yeah.
It's not even a fist.
It's a forearm.
It's just a forearm.
It's a forearm.
And the best. It's just. This is with Nakamura's version of this. It's like it's there, but I'm going to wait here for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then just slowly creep away. Well done, mate. You made something like. You made this feel awkward to watch, not just. Just saying.
Yeah, it's just creepy.
I kind of get the idea of what you've done here, but please, just let him go. Normally it's one quick one and then let them go. Just let them go. But yeah, I'm personally myself.
Should be fun.
I would like to see Shinsuke win it at the event as well.
Mate.
Just for the fact, I think it'd be a great champion. It would be a funny champion.
Yeah.
But we'll see how that goes. So we'll play one more match because we have got a few things that we want to talk about. One point in the actual event, which has caused a lot of controversy, and then of course things that are going to be coming up for us here in Crave Your Game and Crave the Game in general. First of all, let's talk about the controversy. The fact that we've got pretty much every championship apart from the women's championships.
Apart from the 2 women's championships. And there's no women at all. Not even on the pre-show. You know what I mean? So, Byron Sachs is going to do the pre-show.
Yeah. Like I said with this as well, this is mainly the law out in... please remind me where we're going with this, please.
Well, it's Saudi, isn't it? It's not
Thank you. Saudi Arabia.
I don't think there's any law that says women aren't allowed on the telly.
There's certain laws that will be.
There's laws around dress.
Yeah.
And that would be an issue. And obviously when was it Alexa and
Sasha Banks?
Sasha, when they did it, which was in Abu Dhabi, wasn't it? They wrestled, which was a big thing, and they were obviously covered. You know, Alexa's talking to me now.
Yeah. Let's go with Bliss from now on. Yeah,
it is a incredibly strictly religious country, and let's face it, I think we could say it. Some incredibly backward. I think there's no other way of saying it. Backward views towards women. It's a country that is only just allowing women to be able to drive.
Which, look, the thing is...
Things are moving. The fact they are allowing them to drive is a move in the right direction. I think what we're going to see, I expect, is going to be a mainly male audience.
Yeah.
I don't know. We obviously have to be careful not to moralise on these things with our values because it's not our culture.
Yeah, the thing is,
feels,
I'm going to say one thing with this, and that is that we know this is a multi-year deal. What is happening with this thing? Now, like I said, it's slowly moving forward with this issue that's happening here. So, even though we might not have any women's matches at this event, you never know. Further down the line, say in about maybe a year, 2 years' time, it might be completely different. We might have that women's match, which I'm looking forward to.
Triple H has said. Yeah, I mean, it's what Triple H has said, isn't it? Is the fact that you don't change something by staying away from it, and I get that, and I respect that. I just feel, for me,
it's been a huge cash grab with this.
You know what? Yeah. For me, there's a lot of money behind this, and I've wondered whether for what reason WWE are getting into this. Is this to make a positive chase of Saudi Arabia, or is this because they see this as money? I'd like to think it's because of positive change. And the cynic in me says it's more about the money.
The thing is, look, if you are offered a ton of money, you would take it. It's no matter what position you're in, money does talk.
There are a large number of issues around Saudi, not just in terms of its, as I say, in my view, but backward thoughts towards women, but to do with a whole raft of issues around human rights and corruption. And for that reason, I feel a little bit. I feel a little bit awkward about the whole thing.
The thing is, we don't want to linger too much on this subject, but we had to talk a little bit about it just for the fact of it has been a huge talking point about this. We should be talking about this,
and we are.
But the one thing,
this WWE universe, and we need to. This is our brand, and we should be talking about it.
Yeah.
But I think, as I say, let's wait and see. And I'd like to think you're right, and I'd like to think what Triple H is saying is right. And in 2 or 3 years,
the thing is, I'm hoping I'm right with this. I really am hoping I'm right. But at the same time, one thing that does bug me about this whole thing, and we can easily say is because of money as well with this. It's just the fact that WWE has been trying to push this whole women's revolution type of thing here, and not just that, other things that has been, which, to be honest, is still a taboo out there because of just by their laws and their religious beliefs and stuff like that. But WWE have been the strong forefront of this kind of thing for for how many years now? To a point, even with the women's revolution, I'm kind of. We've said this. It feels like, okay, we get it. You're doing a revolution. You don't have to tell us every time now.
The whole point of the women's, evolution or revolution, is the whole point of actually what we're doing is putting women on an equal footing to men.
Yeah, and this just feels like it's been a huge step back.
Women, and we've seen it with the Royal Rumble, and we saw it with all the stuff at Survivor Series. We've seen it with we've seen table matches. We've seen Hell in a Cell. We've seen some
great matches.
This was all massive steps forward, and this feels like this is like saying, women are on equal footing to men. Apart from when somebody comes in and offers a shitload of money, and then actually it's fine, So I don't know. Feels like a backwards step.
But like I said, we'll see what goes down the line with this. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully in a couple of years. Even if it doesn't, in the end, it's what they believe. It's their rules, and if WWE are trying to change it a little bit, I'm hoping that they do some good with this. I hope in the end it's the hope. So we'll see. Anyway, mate, I think this is the end with our greatest Royal Rumble. Gonna be an interesting show by the sounds of things.
It's gonna be a spectacle, isn't it? It's gonna be a spectacle, if nothing else.
Well, let's talk a little bit about what's coming up with us. So we will be back next week for Backlash, which I think we know a couple of matches. That's it. I think there's some women's matches. I guess. But we'll hopefully get more information about that. hopefully it'll be a short show next week. But more importantly, what is coming up on the 5th and 6th of May? Yes. So, more details will be in the description below if you're watching this on YouTube as the VOD. But yes, Descent into Insanity is coming back on the 5th and 6th.
Yeah.
We are putting
amazing creeper
in an amazing creeper way. Instead of me doing it on my own, this time I am going to be joined by Hanksy. We are both going to be doing the 24 hours. It's your first 24 hours, I think, isn't it, mate?
Yeah.
Oh.
It is. Yeah. It's 24 hours stream.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah. So at the moment on the screen, if you're watching the YouTube video, it is telling you what we're going to be doing for this. The full list is on there. You can see now. With all the links where you'll be able to watch this when it goes live. Of course, we are going to be doing it for special effects as well, which, personally with me, this will be the 3rd year that we've done this, Descent into Insanity, and I can't think of a better charity that means so much to gamers in general as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Like I said, especially with CTG as well. The thing is, our main motto is that everyone should be welcome to game, and this gives people who are with the ability, gives them the ability to game. Simple enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
and all the benefits that brings with it.
Yes, exactly. The thing is, for gaming, I think for both of us, it's made so many great friendships with us, and it's made CTG a great good game, which definitely the happiest thing that I've done for about 5 years we've done this now. Well, Craig game side of things now. It just feels awesome.
No, it's gonna be fun.
Yes. So like I said, more information. See the information now on the screen. Talking about another marathon, though. So this, at the moment, we have not got a title here, but we can tell you guys that on the 12th of May, someone else is doing a 24-hour marathon, but only with one game. Doc is going to be doing a Sea of Thieves marathon on the 12th of May. I will try and get there as much as I possibly can as well, but I'm working on the Sunday. Hopefully we'll get more information about that coming out as well. So please stay tuned for that. But either way, it's Sea of Thieves. It's 24 hours of that. I'm going to join in for some of that myself, mate. I'm enjoying Sea of Thieves. So, we'll see how it goes.
I'm just not sure I could play it for 24 hours.
I don't either. I expect him to be a pirate legend by the end of that. So,
just a bit.
Yeah. But, yeah, mate. That is it for this.
Okie dokie.
So thank you guys. Yes, thank you guys for joining us. We will be back next week.
A shorter one.
We're really hoping for a shorter one. But yeah, we'll be back next week. Of course, like we said, this is Greatest Royal Rumble is going to be available on WWE Network on the 27th of April. Until then, next time, Hanksy, thank you, and everyone else, thank you, and goodbye.
Goodbye.